Chapter 2. Seth watched Aisling argue with the court's advisors, far more vocal with the Fae than she ever was with humans. On the table in front of them, Aisling had the pages of her new plan, complete with charts spread out. When she sat in Keenan's loft, with the tall plants and crowds of fairies overfilling the place, it was easy to forget that she hadn't always been one of them. The plants leaned toward her, blooming in her presence. The birds that roosted in the columns greeted her when she walked into a room. Fairies vied for her attention, seeking a few moments in her presence. After centuries without strength, the summer court was beginning to thrive because of Aisling. At first, she had been uncomfortable with being in the center of it, but she'd grown so at ease with her position that Seth wondered how long it'd be until she abandoned the mortal world, including him. If we assign different regions like this, she pointed to her diagram again, but Quinn excused himself, leaving Tavish to explain once more why he thought her plan was unnecessary. Quinn, the advisor who'd replaced Neil recently, plopped down on the sofa next to Seth. He was as unlike Neil in appearance as he was in temperament. Where Neil had highlighted his almost common features, Quinn seemed to strive for some degree of polish and posturing. He kept his hair sun-streaked, his skin tanned, his clothes hinting at wealth. More important, though, where Neil had been a voice that could pull Keenan from his melancholia or dissipate the Summer King's temper, Quinn seemed to fuel Keenan's mood of the moment. That made Seth leery of the new guard. Quinn scowled. "She's being unreasonable. The king can't expect us to—" Seth simply looked at him. "What? You think Keenan's going to tell her no? To anything?" Seth almost laughed aloud at the idea. Quinn looked affronted. "Of course." "Wrong." Seth watched his girlfriend, the queen of the summer court, glow like small suns were trapped inside her skin. "You have a lot to learn. Unless Ash changes her mind, Keenan will give her plan a try. But the court has always been run like this." Tavish, the court's oldest advisor, was repeating yet again. "The court has also always been ruled by a monarch, hasn't it? It still is. You don't need to agree, but I'm asking for your support." Aisling flicked her hair over her shoulder. It was still as black as Seth's, just as it had been when she was a human, but now that she'd become one of them, her hair had golden streaks in it. Tavish raised his voice, a habit he'd apparently not been prone to before Aisling joined the court. "My queen, surely—" "Don't my queen me, Tavish." She poked him in the shoulder. Tiny sparks flickered from her skin. "I don't mean to offend you, but the idea of local rulers seems foolish." Tavish smiled placatingly. Aisling's temper set rainbows flashing across the room. "Foolish? Structuring our court so our fairies are safe and have access to help when they need us is foolish? We have a responsibility to take care of our court. How are we to do that if we don't have contact with them?"